Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Did you miss me the last 2 days over here? I haven't vlogged. Has it been 2 days? It was yesterday and it was the day before that I haven't vlogged. So it's been 2 days over here that I haven't vlogged. It kind of feels like forever, you know? Especially because back in the day, I would never miss a day, you know? And, like even on vacation, I would vlog from the hotel room. Those have always been some of my favorite vlogs, have been vlogging on vacation. And it's been kind of fun to look back on those and just talking about what we did for the day. But anyway, I haven't vlogged in 2 days. And that hadn't actually been my plan. Like, it wasn't like I was going to take a day or two off. It just was kind of timing of things. Friday, so I guess the last day that I vlogged was Thursday. Friday, Alex was supposed to, he and his mom were going to work until 12 or 1, and then they were going to go to carb day. But I woke up, and my neurologist wanted Alex and I to come in there to talk about the results from my CAT scan. So Alex had to cancel with his mom, which she was totally understanding of, which I am really appreciative of. So anyway, we went in there. I think my appointment was at 2:30, and we met with him for quite a while. All of my blood work came back great. Everything looks great as far as my blood work goes and all that kind of stuff. But the fluid on my brain has gotten just a little bit worse in one area. So he wants to continue to watch it, and my next appointment with him is at the end of June. It's like the last week of June. And he ordered another CAT scan, and then he ordered an EEG for that before I go in there for that as well. And then he also wants me to see this neurosurgeon that he's been consulting with, because apparently when you have fluid in your brain for long periods of time, like, this makes me so nervous, you guys, so any prayers would be greatly appreciated. That you can either just keep on watching it, and if it doesn't get worse or it gets lessened, then they just keep on watching it over time, and hopefully it'll go away, which is what I'm hoping for. Or they can go in and put holes, like, in your head. It doesn't go, the fluid is between, like, your brain and the outside of your head, so they don't go into your brain, but they just release the fluid. But it doesn't mean that the fluid won't come back or the problem won't remain. So that's the second option. The third option is that they can go through your groin, and I think it's some gland or something in your groin that they go through. Tanya was telling me that they do like heart procedures that way too. So he said that was more experimental, and that they would probably, you know, he was hoping that they would just keep on watching it, but he wanted me to see this neurosurgeon. Because he said it's one thing for me to show him, you know, your test results, your CAT scan. It's another thing for him to see you in person. And he said you have literally no symptoms of, like, I mean, I'm barely having any headaches. I'm not having any memory issues. And I'm not having any balance issues, which are the 3 issues. So he was like, I want you to go to this neurosurgeon and see him. And he said then we'll make, you know, a decision from there. So I don't know. The one thing is he doesn't want me traveling anywhere. I can take a road trip, but as far as flying anywhere, he doesn't want me flying anywhere until I'm cleared and the fluid is either gone or starting to impressively go away. Just because there has been, like, people that have had, apparently there's people just from pressure, like in a plane, that have had what I have now, and so he doesn't want to make it any worse, and so he's like, I would really prefer that you didn't travel until I've cleared you. So that means no trip for my birthday, which I'm kind of resolved to the fact of, I mean, I knew that going into the appointment anyway, that I wasn't going to be able to go anywhere for my birthday, and I'll figure out something to do around here. Alex is like, we could do a spa day or we could do a big dinner. I was like, I don't really want to do a big dinner, because y'all know, like, I say this a lot year after year, that I don't like tons of attention for me on my birthday. You know, we might, I don't know, just get an Airbnb somewhere like in Michigan or something and drive forth. That's only like a 4-hour drive. The problem with that is that it would be hard for me, maybe, I think, to be like on the lake in Michigan is probably like a 5-6 hour drive. Caroline goes up there a lot in the summer, so I might ask her, like, what's a good place to go. There's a couple different cities that Caroline goes to, and has, like she has ever since she was a kid. There were like 10 families, and they would all go to this place, and it was like these really nice cabins that were around this lake, and then they would like all go up there the same week together and stuff like that. So I don't know, I might do something like that, or we might just stay here and, you know, take in some movies, or... I'm not feeling like... I've kind of known for a while I probably wasn't going to go anywhere for it's my 50th, so I did want to do something special, but I'm just happy I'm, you know, hey, I'm here, you know, and I feel extremely grateful for that. And so I did ask him because I had received some criticism online for going to the Van Gogh La Lume exhibit, and I think I even talked about that on here, because of the optical issue with epilepsy. And I said, you know, I just want to ask you again about, he goes, oh, 100% you can go and do those things. He said, you've never had optical issues. It's not the kind of, related to the kind of epilepsy you have. He was like, that's not a problem whatsoever. So the appointment went well, but we didn't get out of there till like it was after 4, probably like 4:30. And, I mean, I had planned to just film videos that day, and Alex was going to go to Carb Day. So, we got food on the way home, Chinese food, and then we came back here and we watched RuPaul's Drag Race, All Stars. I'm really liking this season of it. And I don't remember what we did the rest of that night. I think I just did some like stuff around the house and like chores and stuff, and then I think I laid down from like 7 to 9 or 7 to 10 or something like that. I took like a really long nap, and then I got up and I watched TV shows. Was that Thursday night? Yeah, so I was gonna wait up till 3 a.m. to watch Stranger Things. I don't know what I ended up watching. I think I watched 2 episodes of Legendary. I honestly don't remember. I have a list going of all the TV shows I'm watching right now, because honest to God, I'm watching 10 or 15 TV shows at the same time. I have started watching a thing about Pam, which I love. I want to watch The Night Sky with Sissy Spacek, and I can't think of that guy's name. He was just, I love him as a character actor. Something Simmons, he was just in the movie, the I Love Lucy movie that was nominated for an Academy Award. Nicole Richie, I was going to say. Nicole Kidman was nominated for an Academy Award. I can't think of his name, but it's he and Sissy Spacek, and supposedly they have a room in their basement where, like, when you open the door, they're on another planet, which is interesting, like, coming from Sissy Spacek. You guys, it is so beautiful today. It is, like, 85, but it doesn't feel warm, and there's, like, this fantastic breeze outside, and it's just really, really nice. So, I just, sat out here and watched TV shows, and then I have stayed up really, really late the last 2 nights. I did stay up on Thursday going into Friday till 3 a.m. I think I watched, I think The Staircase, and then 2 episodes of Legendary, and then that took me to like 3:20 or 3:30, 3:25, something like that. And then I started Stranger Things. Well, each episode of Stranger Things this season is like an hour and 15 minutes. So I watched like I think I just watched the first episode of Stranger Things, and then I went to bed because it was like after 5, and I was like, you need to go to bed. So then that was going into Friday. Yeah, that was my doctor's appointment. And then Friday night I just watched TV and did all that kind of stuff. So that was Friday. Thursday night going into Friday, and then Friday night I watched TV shows as well. Friday night I watched like 2 episodes of Stranger Things. I can't remember what else I watched. Like I watched like 3 or 4 episodes of TV shows. And then I had also planned to film the vlog and a drama video. And I was going to film like 4 videos yesterday. And so we had our first marriage counseling session with the therapist that I've been seeing and Alex has been seeing. So we had that yesterday. Went fantastic. Went phenomenal. You know, we talked about like what things we want to work on, and he was like, you guys kind of came prepared. But Alex and I had already talked about that. We're like, well, what things do we want to work on this time? Like, what are things, you know, that we think we need to improve upon from the last time? So we're going to see him like every 2 weeks. And then I'm going to continue to see him every week. And Alex is going to see him every other week. So, but Alex was funny the other day. He's like, I don't know that there's really a lot that I need to work on. And like personally, individually. And I was like, well, you don't have to go. And he's like, but I like going. He was like, I feel so good when I'm done, you know. I think that's the thing about like counseling is it just, you know, I don't know. It always makes me think of things and go places that I don't necessarily think of just on my own. And I really, really like the therapist that we're seeing now. So that was yesterday afternoon. And before we left, so my plan was to come back from the therapy session, and film videos. And before we left, like when we were getting ready, Melissa was like texting us about going to see Top Gun Maverick. And I was like, is that today? And Alex was like, yeah, she bought the ticket. She knew that we were. I was like, I totally forgot that we were. Because nobody because we have this constant group text, like nobody had texted that we were going to it yesterday. So I was like, okay, well, I just won't film videos today. And that's when I put out the post on the Vloggerinos group about that. If you guys don't follow the Vloggerinos group, I posted over there that I wasn't going to film a vlog yesterday or the day before. And so we went to go see Top Gun Maverick. Okay, so here's the thing. So it was Melissa and Jason. Melissa's brother is visiting from out of town, and his friend, who like both had long-standing careers in the military, and Aaron and Eric and Alex and I. Everybody loved this movie. Now, I don't know if I ever even saw the original Top Gun. I don't remember it, okay? I feel like I saw bits and pieces of it maybe in the past, but I don't really remember much of it, if anything at all, okay? And I just was not wowed by this movie. I just wasn't. I just wasn't wowed by it. It was boring to me. The treats were good. I ate so many damn treats. I never do that. Like, I never go through my treats. And I took like 2 different kinds of M&Ms, and I got a medium popcorn with tons of butter on it and a medium soda. I mean, I literally went through all of my treats, you guys. And I don't even eat them. Like, I save them till like all of the previews are done. Like, Alex is already halfway done with his treats by the time the previews are done. I save mine because I'm like, no, like I want them for the movie. I think kind of, it just made me feel kind of old, honestly. Like, I mean, Tom Cruise has got some serious issues anyway, let's just be real. But he looks real good in this movie. Like, they have him spray tanned and, you know, that hair done. I mean, he's got the same jacket on that he wore, you know, in the original Top Gun. I mean, I didn't see the movie, I don't think, but I do remember the jacket, because the jacket was like, you know, everybody had to have that jacket back in the day. But he still looks really, really good. And Jennifer Connelly, who's in this, I don't think she was in the so they were explaining it to me because we went to dinner last night. They were explaining that the storyline was in the original Top Gun, but Jennifer Connelly wasn't in the original Top Gun. She looks real good for her age, but she looks older, you know? I mean, we're all getting older, and she's got to be like my age, because I can remember her from that movie. I think the movie was called like 7 Minutes in Heaven or something like that. And then she was in Requiem for a Dream. She was fantastic in that. But like, she looks good. Like, she looks fantastic. But I mean, we're getting older, you know? And so it's weird to see, like, Val Kilmer's in it. I mean, they're all my age, you know? And I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm like, it's like when I see Kiefer Sutherland and Julia Roberts and stuff, it's like, I can remember when they were in, what was that movie that took place at the University of Chicago? Flatliners or whatever. Like, I remember seeing that movie. They're probably 5 years older than me or something. And now I see him and stuff, and I mean, Julia Roberts still looks fantastic, but I think, I mean, we're older. It's weird. It's like when you see like Robert De Niro and Al Pacino and stuff, and like, I mean, they're older men. They're old men. Like, let's just call it what it is, you know? But anyway, that was that. We came home. They were all wanting to do dinner, but they were wanting to do dinner later. Like, we left the movie at like 7, and they're like, well, let's do dinner at like 8:30 or 9. And I was like, if I go home, I'm going to want to lay down. I'm tired, and I'm full from treats. So Alex was like, well, I really want pizza, and he was like real hungry. So we got home, and we just like laid down in bed for like a half an hour with Boo Radley. Alex fed Boo Radley, and then he came up after he got done eating, and we laid down for half an hour. I had just fallen asleep, and Alex like tapped my shoulder, and he was like, babe. He was like, could you do 8:45 for dinner? And I looked at the clock, and it said like 8:27, and I go, where? And he goes, Basbo's in Broaderball. I said, he goes, we don't have to leave for like 10 minutes. I go, no, that means we need to leave like now. So we went to dinner, and I like got my second wind at dinner. I don't know what happened, but I got a house salad. No, did I get a house salad or Greek salad? I got a Greek salad, and it's basically, it's like spinach with, like their version of a Greek salad is like spinach with feta cheese. There's like a little baby cardinal up there. Aww. Feta cheese and olives. Those, I don't know how to pronounce that. They start with a K. Those Colma something olives. It was good though. And then I got a Popeye. Everybody else got pizza. I had ordered Papa John's like 3 times this week, so I have some left over. That's what I'm gonna have when I get done vlogging. So I got a Popeye, which is like a baguette of bread. It's like this big. And they put cream cheese on it, and spinach, and mushrooms. And then you dip it like in this cucumber dressing. Cucumber, I don't know, it's so good. I love it. And then we came home last night from dinner. We got home about 10 or something, 10:30. And I was like, I got my second wind at dinner, but we were there like for a while. What time did we get home? We were there about 2 hours, 10:45 I think we left, so we got home about 11. And I said, I'm gonna lay down for an hour, and then I'm gonna watch my shows. So I did. I lay down for an hour, and when my alarm went off, I got up. You know, I can't get up for anything else, but I can get up for my TV shows. So I watched Shining Girls last night, which is so good on Apple TV. It is so fantastic. I watched Shining Girls, because the newest episode comes out every week on Friday. And then I watched 2.5 episodes of Stranger Things. I'm at the beginning of episode 6, and I have episode 6 and episode 7 of Stranger Things, and then I'm done. The last 2 episodes, episode 8 and 9, come out in July. I had just tweeted. I had just tweeted this out on Twitter before I started this. I said, is anybody else bored with Stranger Things this season? I said, I ain't like, it's really dragging for me. And it is, like, I feel like last season, I think last season was my favorite. It was so good. It wasn't like sad and depressing. This season's like real kind of sad. And the momentum was fast. And the music was great. And it was exciting. And it took place in that mall. You know, all that. And this one, like somebody said exactly what I thought. They said there's too many storylines going on at the same time. There are. There's like 6 different storylines going on at the same time. And the other thing is this, is that even in 4 episodes, which is what I have left of the season, counting the 2 that are being released in July, there's no way they can resolve all these storylines this season. Like, there's a storyline with Winona Ryder, and then there's a storyline with L11 that there's no way they can resolve in this season. And it just got renewed for a 5th season, which means they're going to carry it over to the next season. And I'm just like, that little bird that stands in the driveway, she's so sweet. She just stands there, he or she, but whatever, and just like picks up the grass. But it's not like these seasons come out like once a year. I mean, they come out like every other year, every 3rd year, and so it's like, I don't know. There's a lot about the show that I like. I mean, it keeps my interest. It's not like I'm completely bored with it. it's just not as good as the other seasons. I don't know. I love a show that like each season gets better and better and better. Like Wentworth was like that. I felt like Orange is the New Black was kind of like that. It's interesting because somebody asked me, like, I did this, like, put this Q&A thing up. I don't even know that I'm going to end up doing the video over it, but it was like a Q&A, like a fun one. It's about pop culture stuff, and they were asking me about the staircase. And they said, do you think he did it? And I don't really want to talk a whole lot about that, because if you watch a documentary, you only get so much of the information. If you're watching a docudrama that's on HBO Max, like, there's a theory that comes out after the documentary came out, and they kind of weave it through the storyline, but they just started talking about it on the last episode of The Staircase. And I really think there's some merit to this. I know you guys are going to think I'm crazy, but I really do. Like, I remember watching a YouTube video because somebody, like on a vlog or whatever, said, did you see this on YouTube? It was like, the conspiracy theory was on YouTube. And I was like, no, I hadn't seen that. So I went and watched it, and I was like, this kind of makes there's a lot of sense in this, you know? So I don't know. I don't know what they prove or don't prove, but I guess we'll find out in the show. So last night I stayed up way too late again. But I didn't really care, let me tell you why. Because I knew that I was going to film my drama video today and the vlog, and that was like all I wanted to do. I wanted to clean up the kitchen, which I did. I wanted to make the bed real nice. Alex went to the track today, he went to the race. He kind of couldn't decide whether or not he wanted to go, and like at the very last minute last night, it was after we got home from dinner, and I was talking to Tanya on the phone. Yeah, that's what I did. I talked to Tanya on the phone last night, and then I went and laid down. He like came to the door and he had on like these like overalls. Well, no, it's not an overall. I don't know what it's called. It's like I don't know what they're called. What are they called when they like button up, like one piece things? You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, he had a whole costume with like a yacht hat, you know, captain's hat and all this kind of stuff. So I said, I guess you decided that you're going to go to the race. And he goes, yeah, I'm going to drive down with Melissa and Jason. But he just wanted to go to the Snake Pit. He just wanted to go to the concert and stuff. So he was hanging out with our friends down there. And then our friends Aaron and Eric are actually there. He just called me probably, if I've been filming for 22 minutes, half an hour ago. And they were walking to the car, and then they were going to bring him home. So, or they were going to, I don't know. But anyway, so he's on his way home, and he said he had a good time. He called me and we talked for a little bit. He was like, yeah, I had a really good time. So I had no desire to go to the race. There's no way I could have walked around that. I mean, it's so much walking. There's no way I could have walked that much anyway. I even last night at dinner, I had to like stand up at several points because they're like plastic chairs that you sit on outside, and my back was really hurting at dinner. So even if I wanted to go to the race, which I told Tanya, I said, there is no place less in the world that I would rather be than the racetrack tomorrow. But anyway, I mean, it's a real shit show. So helicopters everywhere. And let me tell you why, because the rich and famous of Indianapolis, they have helicopters take them to the track and back. That's how they get in. I mean, it must be nice. So I will tell you that last night, when I was sitting out here, there were all kinds of alarms. I mean, I heard police and fire trucks going like crazy all night long around here. So, I don't know. A lot of partying this weekend, a lot of partying. So Alex said he's going to come home, and he said he's going to take a shower and wash all the dirt off, because he's like in this area. The Snake Pit's like, you know, dirt, ground, and whatever. He says he's going to wash all the dirt off, and then he is going to lay down and rest for a little bit. He said he got invited to there's like some party downtown. It's, I don't even know who won the race, but it's some big DJ that's going to be there or something that he interviewed at one point. And I said, well, babe, if you want to go, go, you know. And I don't know what Tanya's doing tonight, but I'm sure she's just working or whatever, and I could Uber over there. We can hang out, or she'd come pick me up or something. But I might just watch TV shows. I've been having so much fun just watching TV shows, especially on a night like tonight when it's really nice. that I can just sit out here. I do need to get the patio done and back. I haven't done anything to the patio yet. Next week it's supposed to be colder again, though. You know, like I want to like get it all ready when it's like nice and warm. Alex picked all the big, tall thistle weeds out there. So there's not really any weeds around our patio. Our neighbor dog has dug up a hole right off of when you walk down off our patio that's like about this big and about that deep. He just digs in this hole. So when it rains, it turns into mud. And of course, Boo Radley goes right into the mud. So he's like, goes out there. He's been having fun today following me everywhere that I go. So yeah, that's kind of been my life. TV shows. It's been fun though. You know, I said I was going to start reading and I'm going to actually do a booktube video this week, but I know, oh my God, really? But, the other thing was I wanted to watch Troy's live yesterday, his live stream that he did, and I didn't get to because, or was that Friday? No, it was yesterday. I didn't get to because of the stuff that we were doing, but I wanted to catch at least a little bit of it. I think if you've seen Top Gun and you love Top Gun, you'll probably love the new one. Tanya said she wasn't going to put any money in Tom Cruise's pocket. She goes, but her husband will want to see it so bad that he'll probably drag her to it, is what she said. Tanya just likes, honestly, to get the treats at the movie theater like I do. Tanya gets like nachos, a hot dog. She gets like all the treats at the movie theater. She's not like really a big candy person. She never really has been. Yeah, like when we go to the gas station and stuff, she never really gets candy. I'm thinking about it. She likes like those big beef sticks that come with like cheese. She loves that. She loves to get like chips. Like she'll get a bag of like hot Fritos or whatever those are called or something, you know. And then she'll get, what are the ones that she really likes? You know what? Oh my God, I totally forgot. You guys, that I got at the, where did I get it? The Alex? Where did we go the other day? Did we just go to the grocery store or the gas station? We went to the grocery store and we were getting treats and stuff for stuff, and it was at the gas station, and I got chips with lay dip. Alex was like, I was standing in line, and he goes, where did you get those ruffled Lays? And I didn't even know that he liked them, because he had like nacho with Doritos in his hand. And I said, they were back there by the dips and stuff like that. So he got a bag of them too, but I got a bag of the ruffled Lays, and then I also have a container of dip that's in the refrigerator cold. Oh my God. That's going to be what I do while I am uploading my vlog, is I'm going to sit here and I'm going to eat some chips and dip. And then I have cold pizza, like 4 pieces. And then I have leftover veggie fried rice from the other night. What else do I have? Crumble cookies left over from like Tuesday or Monday, and then all kinds of snacks. I got M&Ms from the movie theater that I did. No. I bought I got 3 packs, 1 for home and 2 for the movie, and I ate the 2 at the movie. I know, I couldn't help it. They were so good. Somebody asked me, they're like, do you get tired or bored of, I can't remember which friend of mine it was, but I think it was Caroline, and she was like, don't you get bored? And she watches a lot of TV shows too. She was like, don't you get bored of just like watching one show after another? And I said, you know what is so funny is back in the day, I could not, like my attention span could not hold for like watching a TV show all the way through. Like I would get so bored. And now I love it. Now I just absolutely love it. This is the thing. Is number one, all of these shows, it was so funny because I was saying this to Tanya the other night. I think I said this on here already, like a couple days ago or whatever. But Caroline was complaining about like each of the shows coming out like 1 a week. And so we were talking about it. And I mentioned it to Tanya. And I said, I'm so tired of these shows. They only like release like 1 episode a week. And then it's like, you know, streaming services or whatever. And Tanya goes, y'all are so entitled. She's like that. You have to have your shows like all so that you can binge watch them. So then 2 days later, Tanya goes, now when does that staircase come out again? And I said, the staircase comes out every Tuesday, Tanya, or every Thursday, Tanya. And she goes, God, I'm so tired of having to wait for it. I said, you are entitled. You are entitled because you have to have your shows right away when you want to have them. But I was thinking about it stopped. If you have watched Night Sky with Sissy Spacek, please let me know. I want to know if it's good. And the next show that I'm going to binge watch after I finish, I actually just watched one episode and I love it. But after I finish Stranger Things, I'm going to watch the thing about Pam. I think it's so well done. I think I tweeted something out about this, but Renee Zellweger, it's something about how, like when she's in the gas station and she's getting the fountain pop, reminds me so much of Tanya, Jean, and I, except for that we don't put the flavor squirts in there. But it's just how she holds it and how she slurps it and all this kind of stuff. And I told Tanya, I said, I mean, she like really studied. I don't know who she studied, but she really studied somebody drinking a fountain pop. Because Pam, in this Pam Hupp or whatever her name is, she's got like a fountain pop in her hand at any given time. I mean, there was this one scene when she's at the beginning, when she's sitting in this love sack at her friend's mom's house, and she's like waiting for this woman to finish this game, and she's like sitting in this love sack, which those love sacks are so uncomfortable to sit in anyway. I mean, they're comfortable, but like they're hard to sit in. You know, if you know, my sponsor has one. Her dog sits in it like you know, a cherry on the top of an ice cream cone. I mean, they're just not easy to have conversations with other people. And so she's sitting in this thing and she's slurping on this fountain pop. And it just reminds me of me and all my friends so much. It just cracked me up watching that part. But I need shows that like have lots of seasons out. In fact, I was like, okay, what are shows that like my husband and other people swear by? That they just like watch every episode. Like Caroline, she keeps on going on about This Is Us. I guess it's ending. I didn't know that. But it's got like 6 or 7 seasons out. Well, Alex loves Game of Thrones. It's not really my thing. I don't really like these time period pieces and all that. But I went in there and I thought, well, I could watch Game of Thrones. So I went into HBO Max and they only have 3 seasons of it, I think, is how it looks to me. And I was like, Game of Thrones only has 3 seasons? I was like, well, I could do 3 seasons of a show, even if I don't love it, you know? So who's coming down here? So then I Googled it, and I was like, how many seasons is Game of Thrones? 8 seasons. No. I'm not doing all that. I wouldn't even do that for Pretty Little Liars. Is that what it's called? Got a Secret? Got it? Pretty Little Liars. Isn't that what that show is? I watched like the first 2 seasons and then couldn't. It's like somebody asked me that. People always ask me about shows I already watched, like Jane the Virgin. Loved it. Loved it. I've talked to everybody about it. Nobody had watched it. And then by the time that I was like done watching it, everybody was like hooked on it. I watched an entire show till the very last season, and I was like, I cannot keep up with this buffoonery and stories. Like, I'm not watching it anymore. But I loved Jane the Virgin. How to Get Away with Murder, I think I watched like 4 seasons of it, and then I was just like, this is just too much. It's too much. I can't keep on watching it anymore. Scandal was the same thing. What was the other one that had the guy, like, it was so unnerving to me because I was watching Gossip Girl with Alex at the time, and Blake Lively's little brother on Gossip Girl, they send to like a psych unit, but then Revenge, that's what it was called. But like the week that he ended up in the psych unit on Gossip Girl or something, y'all are gonna be like, no, I watched those shows too, and it was a year, it wasn't a week. But it was like a given time period. That 1 second he was like Blake Lively's little brother on Gossip Girl, and then the next second, they put him in a wig on Revenge. Do y'all remember that? I liked that show, Revenge. I thought that was good. But again, I watched like the first 3 seasons and then I was done with it. I just was bored. I get grow so bored of shows. Unless I binge watch them and then I kind of like stay in and have some attention, you know, like Bridgerton, I did that. I can tell you right now, I don't think I would have... Like, Bridgerton is really, really a good show. Like, it is really good. But to be able to binge watch it, like, I think it's a show I might have lost interest in. Especially maybe in the 2nd season. I don't know. I loved... There's just so much about that show that I love. But now that I love the characters and I love the storyline, by the way, did you hear that they're going to focus on Penelope and Colin's relationship in season 3, which I'm so excited about. But I did love Bridgerton. But so anyway, I was like, well, what are shows that are so good that I could go back and binge watch it? And I think like Ozark is one, because so many friends of mine are like, Peter, you would love Ozark. Like, you would absolutely love Ozark. So I think Ozark is a show that I could go back and binge watch. iZombie. I started watching that and I got almost through the end of the first season. I liked it. I also don't like when there's not like a total conclusion to a show, like when they just like cancel it and they don't renew it and then you never know what's going to happen. Like I don't want to watch a show where that's going to happen. Like I want to watch a show where they like wrap it up, you know. I can't believe this battery hasn't died yet. Because this is the same battery that I used for my drama video. But it is my new battery, and I did slip it in the charger for like 5 or 10 minutes, so maybe that's it. It is such a pretty day. For a while, oh, there's like a bee or something. For a while, when I would rock in this chair, it would hit the wall back there. But I did something, I don't know, I moved it just like an inch, and it stopped doing that. I just kind of like taking in the sounds of the world around me. I will say one thing that's nice too, like when I'm uploading my drama video on my phone, so my phone's in there, and so it's not around me. And you know, when I wasn't on social media and I wasn't filming videos and all that kind of stuff, like I was getting up, you guys, really, really early. Like I'd say my first month to 6 weeks out of the hospital, I was really, getting up early. And my friends get up early too, most of them. Now Valerie, if you're watching this, you know, Valerie likes to sleep on the same kind of schedule that I do. But most of my friends, Tanya, Caroline, you know, Caroline especially, a lot of my friends, they get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. That's normal for them. You know, Tanya, she gets up and she watches the news and she makes something to eat before she goes to the kennel and whatever. So I would, like, you know, make coffee, and then I would, you know, start calling people in the morning. 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, I'd call people and check in with them and whatever. And it was funny because Tanya was talking, and she was like, I can remember Caroline and I talking, and we were like, Peter's up, like, so early, and he's, like, you know, calling us and whatever. But I would, and I, you know. But after those phone calls, like, I wasn't, like, on my phone. You know, people would randomly call me throughout the day, or if I had doctor's appointments to go to and stuff. But I don't have tons of people in my life. I just don't, you know. I don't have lots of family. And I would talk to my dad, you know, like every day and stuff like that. My stepmom, and Caroline. But other than that, I don't have any family. So, you know, my in-laws, obviously. Alex's mom and Carlos and Liliana and the kids, they would stop by and bring stuff. And they were so sweet, so nice. And call and check in. But I just don't have tons of people in my life. So, and the reason I'm saying that, you know, it's not like poor me, pity me, whatever. I feel okay with the amount of people that I have in my life. I feel blessed to have the ones that I do, you know. I'd rather have the people that I have in my life that really truly love me and care about me than feel this need to be the, you know, center of the party kind of thing. I think there was a time in my life when I was much younger that I really needed that and craved that attention, to be like, oh, 20 people called me and want me to be at this party. I don't have that, you know. So the reason I'm saying it is, like, after I make my phone calls in the morning, like, I wasn't on my phone. You know, maybe one time a day I would, like, and not even right at first, I would just kind of scroll through social media, like Twitter and Instagram and whatever. And really not Twitter, but Twitter I would just kind of like, you know, but Instagram, and that was just to kind of like see people like mentioning me or whatever. And there were so many people. There were like 4 or 5 people on Twitter that literally sent me blessings and messages on a daily basis. Like every single day, they would be like, just checking in with you again. Want you to know I'm thinking of you, whatever. So it was kind of just for that. But so I wasn't on social media. I wasn't like reading stuff. I wasn't keeping up with the drama stories, all that kind of stuff. To be disconnected from my phone for 4 to 6 weeks, it wasn't like I completely turned it off, so I don't want to, act like that was the case. But to be as detached as I was really nice. And so to just like even now upload a video or just leave my phone inside when I'm watching like a TV show or something like that is really nice. It's really, really nice but I had to learn it. It's almost like I had to become unprogrammed, which is so weird, I think we want to talk about our youth all the time, being so fixated on their phones, and that it's always like, our youth this and our youth that and whatever. It's like I was doing this Jeffree Star video today, and he made some tweet where he said 12-year-olds that are hooked to their iPads that don't have parents that love them. And I'm like, you do realize that the majority of the issue is grown adults that are on their phones 24 hours a day, whether it's Facebook Marketplace, Nextdoor, Twitter, Instagram, whatever. Some of my friends, TikTok, some of my friends and family members are literally on their phones all the time. And the thing that's interesting about it is I probably was too, but you don't really notice how much time we spend on our phones until you put your phone down for a while, And I think it is something that would really make my mom sad today, because, my mom, when she passed away in 2008, we all had cell phones, but it wasn't anything like it is now. We didn't have like the smartphones, and it wasn't like we were on all these apps and all this kind of stuff, right? But there was texting and phone calls and whatever. And I can remember we would go to dinner and she would be at dinner or something, whether it was at a restaurant or her house, and she would just say, can you guys please put your phones down? Like, can we just have a conversation? So today, when people are like on their phones all the time, and I'm not judging anybody, I have been too, for long periods of time in my life and even up till now. But I try to now, when I find myself being like, okay, I've been on my phone for a while, like, you need to put it down and just kind of rest your mind, And it was like, if you guys remember me talking about it, like, one of the things I've done for a long time is before I go to bed is like I turn off my phone on my way out, and I just try to have some kind of, because I just think it helps me sleep, to have that peace of mind before I go to bed. But it was honestly, like, don't get me wrong, I missed you guys. I missed interacting with you and stuff, but it was nice to not feel so connected to having to be on social media. And it was hard, it was hard at first. Because I do think that we're consumed with this social media world. But I think it's, I think it's a lot of like a fear of missing out. Because I've really thought about it a lot with me, like, what was it? I think it's a fear of missing out. I think we've programmed our brains to respond to this cyber stimulus. I really do think this, that my neurologist was telling me something, that there's like disorders now, like neurological disorders are as a result of watching too much TikTok. And he was telling us about this one. And he said, it's so interesting. He was like, as technology evolves, so do like neurological issues and, all this kind of stuff, and all kinds of issues, not just neurological, but all kinds of medical issues. And, but I do think it has to be a two-way street. I will say that, like, if you're constantly like yelling at your husband and your kids and whoever about, God, you guys are always on your phone, make sure you're not on your phone too. Like that's something that Alex and I have had to learn over time. It's like, and I think it's okay to have the time where you do want to be on your phone. Alex really enjoys at the end of the day, like, he has to interact with so many people through the day that at the end of the day, I think that it's relaxing, and he likes to rest sitting there watching TikToks and showing them to me and being like, oh my God, this is so funny and whatever, and he really enjoys that. And why shouldn't he do it? Just because it's technology doesn't mean that he shouldn't do it. But I think at the same time, it's okay to sign off from sometimes, you know. I'm watching this one little piece of like cotton float in the air. I think yesterday, I don't know if it was, maybe it was Friday, was the parade. Liliana took the kids. My sister-in-law took the kids, so I don't know what day it was, but it was, I should know this, having lived in Indianapolis my whole life. I feel like it's on Carb Day. Like, nothing happens on race day weekend on Saturday, but I feel like I saw it on Instagram yesterday. I don't know. So anyway, whenever the parade, the one that Joyce DeWitt from Three's Company, because she's from Indianapolis, she always used to ride on the back of a car, and I'd be like, Mom, oh my God, it's Lady from... I feel like we did go a couple times when I was a kid, because one year I do remember seeing Joyce DeWitt, Janet from Three's Company. She's from Indianapolis. Anyway, in case you didn't know. And she would be in the Indianapolis 500 plate. Florence Henderson. Maybe it's just I'm like seeing like the front page of the Indianapolis Star when they put like who the celebrity is every year. Florence Henderson from the Brady Bunch. She was on it one year. I feel like maybe I went with my Aunt Kathy or something. I don't remember. My Aunt Kathy was real involved in like organizing all that stuff. And because she was president of Junior League for a while. So, but what was I going to say about the parade? Something about the parade. I don't know. Oh, I know what I was going to say. So I was talking to somebody and they're like, well, but I want to see the parade. And then like the fighter pilots like fly overhead like when the race starts. Or maybe it's didn't start this morning. Like apparently fighter pilots, they like fly over in formation and all this kind of stuff. And my friend was like, I mean, isn't that cool to you? And all this kind of stuff. I was like, I don't care. They're like, what? I'm like, I like a 4th of July parade. What are you doing? My neighbor just drove in across the street. I'm like, I like a 4th of July parade, you know, with, you know, sparklers and all that kind of stuff. I like a Halloween parade, you know, when all the kids dress up in their costumes and they parade and all that kind of stuff. Apparently you can't do that in school anymore. They don't allow the Halloween parade anymore. Ridiculous. This woman that is always complaining to people driving too fast in this neighborhood literally just came in here like, I don't know, she had a firecracker up her butt or something like that. She must have to pee, I don't know. She came in here, not my neighbor across the street, this woman down the street. My neighbor went like this, so she must have something to tell me. Oh my Lord. Those are the geese in the neighborhood. She's not walking over here. I don't know. I was going to vlog for just a little bit longer so you guys could hear. Oh, she's coming over here. Hold on a second.
Do you like coffee?
I love coffee. I heard you won some coffee.
I'll be right back.
Okay. This volunteer organization that she works for, she won the award this year for like, I don't know, hardest working or whatever. And so they gave her a big basket of stuff. And her husband was telling me that it's like got like coffee beans in it that are like really special from like a local place. And he's like, we only drink Keurig coffee. So he was like, do you want it? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll take it. I love my neighbors so much. I honestly think about this sometimes because they talk to me so often and they are just like, I don't know, they're so nice. I honestly do not think that I would have like emotionally been able to be as positive as I've been in the last month or two if it hadn't been for like my neighbors checking in on me and calling me and stuff like that. They're just fantastic. Her flowers are so pretty too. She thinks that my walkway is boring. She's got purple and pink flowers, and I asked her, I said, were those daffodils around your, because I thought they were daffodils around her mailbox, but she said they were lilies, I think. She's got some stuff that's tall, some stuff that's short. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful. Oh, here she comes. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So here's my treats. I guess they weren't like local coffee things, but she had this big basket of stuff. But she got this ground coffee of Pete's Coffee, and then ground coffee of Stumpton, Good Luck Coffee Roasters, organic coffee, Holler Mountain, creamy and caramel. And then she gave me these, she got these chocolates too. Acai and blueberry flavors, Brookside dark chocolates. We're gonna try those right here in a second. So anyway, but she just got back from a trip. She and her friend went on, and they went to like all these places out west. They went to the Grand Canyon and Sedona and Zion and Bryce, and she was telling me all about these places and what was the prettiest and all this kind of stuff. And then the other neighbor from down the street, she walked by with her dog. Guess what her dog's name is? Boo. 2 boos in the neighborhood. Okay, let's try these. Oh my God. Those are so good. I love chocolate. You guys love chocolate. So, I was asking her what she had done today. And they had driven to southern Indiana to this grocery store called Jungle Gyms, I guess. It's in Cincinnati. She said it has like everything. So this grocery store that has everything. And that's where he gets his hot sauces from. And then she said, I was kind of sitting here like, it's surprising to me that Alex isn't home yet. But I forgot. On race day, it can take you several hours to get out of the track. And then she said that they stopped for Mexican food at like 1:30. I said, was it good? She said, yeah, it was good. And I said, well, what are you guys going to do now? She said, I'm just going to relax. Rest and relax. I said, me too. I'm going to upload my vlog, and then we're going to eat my pizza. Is what I'm going to do. Pizza, pizza, pizza. If you know what show that's from, let me know in the comment sections below. Pizza, pizza, pizza. That sounded like Alex's car. I thought that was going to be Alex's car, but it was not. It was like a brand new pickup truck. Little birdies everywhere. Well, you guys, is there anything else I wanted to say? I keep on getting comments. I don't know if it's from like on my other channels or if it's on this channel, but I get comments about, have I watched the Heartstopper series on Netflix that is based on the Heartstopper graphic novels by Alice Oseman? And the answer to that is, with the exception of one book, I have read everything by Alice Oseman, and I absolutely love her. She is such a fantastic, she's exquisite young adult writer, and she really, really, really deals with realistic adolescent issues and she's young too herself. I think she's like 23 or 26 or something. I think she wrote her first book before she was like 20 or 18. But she writes in a very realistic way and writes issues in very realistic ways. And it's just fantastic. Yes, I have watched the whole series. I watched it in like 2 days on Netflix. It is so well done. And I thought I talked about it on here. But the thing that's interesting about it, I keep on calling it something else. I don't call it Heartstopper. I call it like Heart something. But the thing about it that's so fantastic is, I mean, it really shouldn't make a difference, but because the actors capture the personality traits as well. the show is so unbelievably cast. Like, each cast member looks exactly like their graphic novel character, which for me, like at first I kind of thought the guy that plays, why can't I think of his name, Nick, didn't really look like him, but then over time he did, and it was weird. I mean, all of them look so much like their character and act so much like their character. It's just really well done, and it's a great teen show, but it's not just that. It's a great LGBTQIA plus show and addresses so many different issues, and I'm just super impressed with it. So if you're looking for a show to binge watch, Heartstopper on Netflix is, I think I'm wanting to call it Heartbreaker, is beautiful and unbelievable and really, really well done and well paced too. I think it's just the first graphic novel that they turned into an episode. The fourth one came out in January, so I think there's 4 graphic novels that are out so far. And I know, like, I just got the 4th one in, like, January. I think I talked about it on here. I was so excited because it came out, like, January 3rd, and, like, that day I got it, like, on my doorstep and read it, like, in 2 or 3 days. They're really that good. So, check it out if you haven't. So many good TV shows out there. So much to talk about. So little time. And the battery is, like, past the halfway mark at this point. Well, it's at the halfway mark, but it's been there for a while, so I know it's past the halfway mark. So I'm going to get off here, and I'm going to start uploading this. So I hope you guys are having a magically amazing Sunday and a fantastic weekend. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. Don't forget you can start your day over whenever you want. Most importantly, make sure that the next thing is practice random acts of kindness, and the most important thing is to reach out to somebody and let them know how much they mean to you, because you don't know, it might be making all the difference in the world for someone to hear from you today. Maybe they don't ever hear from anybody, you know. And I love you guys so much. I will say this, it's interesting because, like I said, I don't have tons of people in my life, so sometimes my phone goes the entire day and I don't get a text or a phone call from anybody, but I try to reach out to other people as well, you know. But it was funny because somebody commented on the vlog the other day, and they said, you're the person that I'm reaching out to today, and I want you to know how much I love you. So thank you. That really meant a lot to me that day. But I love you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya!